I'm back making YouTube videos, inshallah. First of all, I just want to thank everyone who took the time out to support and comment and check if we were doing okay, and email and just send us private messages to check up on us and see how we were doing. I really want to thank the people who just encouraged me to keep making vlogs and encouraged me to really get back into it. It has been a crazy 2 years, and I'm really excited to be back, and I'm really excited to finally be at a place where I feel like, okay, now I can set aside some time to make YouTube videos again, because it's something that I really do love to do. So I'm really excited to be back a part of this community. So basically, I just wanted to kind of pick up where I left off. So the last time I made a vlog, I was pregnant with Anissa. So Anissa was born in June of 2012, and I went into labor with her while I was at Carib, which is a Jamaican festival on a beach. So basically, I was just walking and my water broke, and I just felt like a trickle down my legs, and I was like, oh, this is it. It didn't hurt at first or anything, but I was with 2 of my friends, and then I sent one of them to go call Kamal after I showed her, like, I kind of lifted up my skirt and I showed her the water. So when he starts running towards me like a scene out of a movie, and I tell him, I think this is it, I'm in labor, and I start having contractions that weren't too painful, just kind of annoying, as I'm walking up this big old hill to get to the parking lot area. And as I'm walking, I'm like feeling contractions and then stopping and just going with it, and then walking again, feeling contractions, stopping, and then there's police around because it's, you know, a public event, and they're there for security, and they're looking at this very pregnant woman going, are you okay? Like, do you want us to take you to the hospital? I'm like, no, I'm going home. I'm having a home birth. I'm not going to the hospital. So after a bunch of weird looks from the police, my dad came to pick us up, because obviously this was the one day we took the bus to the beach and we're not about to take the bus home. So my dad came to pick us up, and then he drove us to my midwife's house, and my midwife checked, and she's like, yep, you're in labor. And basically, you know, I was at her house for a little bit while Kamal and my friend went to go grab just some extra stuff that we needed for the birth. By the time I went home, it was about 11 o'clock from what I remember, and my midwife said to call her when things, I don't remember exactly what the checkpoint was. I think when the contractions were every 5 minutes. So that's what our plan was. So I go home, take a shower. I feel really good after the shower, but still, like, now they're picking up, like, I'm getting into more pain.
But of course I don't remember like that. I'm an angel.
Actually, I don't remember what was happening while I was having a contraction. All I remember is between the contractions. So it's kind of like my memory completely blanked out when I was having contractions. After 8 hours of labor, I had Anissa, alhamdulillah, at 5 in the morning, 5 something in the morning, and she was born at 5 pounds, 14 ounces. So she was a tiny little thing. And yeah, after dealing with that and some regular breastfeeding challenges, just trying to learn how to breastfeed, and she was also trying to learn, and there was some oversupply, milk supply issues. It was oversupply, it wasn't like undersupply, but it was kind of overwhelming at first. She had a little bit of jaundice, but alhamdulillah, everything worked itself out. I think we brought her outside the day after she was born, and that was fine, because we were just trying to get some sun into her to get rid of the jaundice. So after that, after Anissa's birth, life went on as usual as it could. I went back to school for a little bit, and I found out that I was pregnant again with Imani, and it was a shock, but not too much of a shock. I mean, God plans and we plan, and God is the best of planners. So alhamdulillah, the pregnancy with Imani was not as difficult as Anissa, but it had its own set of difficulties. I mean, I was still blacking out and stuff, but alhamdulillah, Anissa was still breastfeeding. I did breastfeed Anissa throughout the pregnancy until I was 7 months, and then my milk dried up. That was happening though. We were going back and forth from here to Toronto, which is about 4 hours away, because of Basically,
Court
what you need to know right now is that there was a lot of travel happening at this point because we had this case going on for my husband. So that was a part of the reasons why I couldn't vlog anymore, but because we were traveling so much and I was trying to deal with a new baby and all that stuff, like it was overwhelming. Facing Kamal's impending incarceration and dealing with being pregnant and dealing with a 1.5-year-old toddler, y'all, like I had no time. And it was January of 2014. Okay, no, February of 2014, sorry. So this past February, that's when Anissa weaned herself. Basically, what happened was my milk dried up. All of a sudden, breastfeeding just really started hurting. And I don't know if it was because there was some aversion, just me being pregnant, and pregnancy hormones gave me like a natural aversion to breastfeeding. There were sometimes I was just like, just get her off me. I don't even want her on me. But I really did try to stick it out because I really did want to make it to the 2 years. But nature had its own plan because in February, Anissa was 19 months and all of a sudden it just started really, really hurting, like unbearable pain whenever she would breastfeed. And then so one day I tried to express and nothing came out. And I look at Anissa and I go, Anissa, there's nothing in there. And I'm like, there's no more milk. And she goes, no more milk. And I go, okay, it's all done, no more Nana. She goes, no more, all done. I'm like, you knew and you didn't tell me. So that's how Anissa weaned herself. After that, I gave her milk with a little bit of, like, cow's milk with a little bit of honey when she was going to sleep or taking a nap, in just a sippy cup, and she was good, warmed up in just a sippy cup, and she was good. So that was, alhamdulillah, very easy, because even though I did want it to make it to 2 years with her, the pregnancy was just not happening. But alhamdulillah, I made it, almost 6 or 7 months of pregnancy breastfeeding, which, I wouldn't ideally like to do that again. But alhamdulillah, at the end of February, Kamal got sentenced. And he was sentenced to 2 years less a day. And his charges, which I won't get into, basically this is something that happened before I met him. And I was aware of the possibility of him going to jail when I married him. So it's a risk that I took, and I don't regret it, alhamdulillah. We had 2.5 years together to get to know each other and really work out how we were going to deal with this. So I feel like, obviously this was all part of Allah's plan, and it is a big challenge, but alhamdulillah, we're getting through it, and I have really good support from his side of the family, so that makes things so much easier. So now Kamal's gone, and here I am pregnant, and I have a toddler.